Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up with McCabe's Pub and Lounge. We are at McCabe's Pub and Lounge downtown. We've got myself, Tanner Struckman, here with you. Corey Anderson with us from Husker Radio. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Hey, I'm great today.
Fantastic. And we've got Nash from McCabe's Pub and Lounge. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing awesome.
It's great to have you here. We are on the other side of McCabe's. Last time we were at the Husker Hype Zone, which is on the other side, and that is kind of where it's a whole Husker room with the bar then as you walk in. This is the, if you will, 4th Street side.
Yeah.
Kind of your pool hall almost.
Yeah, pool and quite a bit of dining too, kind of if you can see it behind us now. Maybe not.
You probably, off to my right, you will see, and your left, a bunch of tall tables. I mean, you could seat like, I don't know. I'm not good at math, but like 80?
I think we have about 80 over here. If you count everything, we have about 80 over here.
It's a big room. There's still TVs all over, so you can still watch the game. And then right behind us, you can see there's 4 brightly lit pool tables, and then there's another one right in front of us here. So if you want to come play pool, McCabe's Pub and Lounge, your stop to play pool. Are you a pool guy?
A little bit. I dabble.
You dabble?
I don't.
You're not good?
No.
No,
not compared to all the guys you see come in here.
Sure.
Absolutely not.
Corey, are you?
No, I don't get a chance to play that much.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I like it though. It's a fun game. I embarrass myself. But they do have leagues, and I think those are all kind of full. But if you ever want to come down and play, during the game, after the game, before the game, you can definitely come down and do that. McCabe's Pub and Lounge, and I think we're filming this on Wednesday. She had chili today.
Yeah, we had chili today. We've been running kind of some random specials, just trying some stuff out too, and had a little bit of a menu change actually this month as well.
Yeah. We showcased some of that last week. They have runs on game day.
Yeah.
They've got, oh man, and I got to try it, and it was phenomenal. Nacho cheese in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Let's get in. Huddle Up here with McCabe's Pub and Lounge. 68-0, gentlemen. How about that? Nebraska gets it done. Obviously, this has been recapped so much now, but that was fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good old-fashioned Husker beating. We haven't seen one of those in a while. A total domination for all 4 quarters.
Akron's bad. There's no doubt about that. But Nebraska did what they should have done, which has not been happened in a long time.
Yeah.
Let's just call it like that. So Huskers get a big win, 68-0, 2-0, and now, I mean, I don't know how much different this game will be because this game doesn't even have a line. Houston Christian. It's 11 a.m. game. Of course, you guys open. You guys normally open at 11. I assume maybe a few minutes before that on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll probably accommodate the game time. We'll probably be here half hour a little earlier if you need to get in. I'm sure the doors will be open for that.
So 11 a.m. game. McCabe's Pub and Lounge. Great place to watch the game and enjoy it. Houston Christian. We'll give a pick on this, a kind of a tweaked pick a little bit later on. On this. But Nebraska, I mean, should have their way, I think, with Houston Christian. The Huskies? Is that right, Corey?
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Yeah.
The press release, I got a cheat sheet here. Yeah.
You know, the beauty of Houston Christian is it's easy to know where they're at because it's in their name. Some of these schools, you don't know where they're at. Good. This one's in the name. Yep. Houston Christian, you feeling pretty good about this one, I would assume?
I am. Yeah, I would say I'm pretty confident.
I think Nebraska's got a pretty easy path to 3-0. Again, there's no line. But we're going to pick this game in just a little bit and tell you exactly what our thoughts are on it in just a little bit. But I think Nebraska should be able to handle it, get to 3-0. So 11 a.m. game again on Saturday, bright and early. Husker volleyball, by the way, on Friday night. They'll play Saturday night as well, so you can spend the day at McCabe's.
Absolutely.
I also like this seating behind us. Behind the camera, you can't see it, but there's like special seating for this. This must be the special pool table. I don't know much about it, but
yeah, this is a 9-foot pool table. If you're a pool player, you know kind of what that's all about. But it's in pristine condition.
Looks like
not everybody
gets to play on that one.
You kind of got to be a pool player, and we'll let you on. But
got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's a good place if you're gonna come play on these 7-footers behind us right now. You warm up on this 9-footer. These 7-footers are kind of like playing in a sandbox with a kid again. It's like they're.
I don't think I've ever even played on a 9.
Oh my
I didn't even know there was a thing. So.
Yeah. Well, when you're done here, go shoot a rack over here, and then shoot a rack over here, and you tell me which one's harder.
Yeah, I would imagine.
It's night and day.
I would imagine. So come on down here at McCabe's Pub and Lounge Saturday. High school football is underway. We're 2 weeks in now. It's been a great start. Of course, the Bulldogs in North Platte, they lost to Lincoln East, but they get Norfolk on Friday. It's a big week. In fact, today's Wednesday. They've got their homecoming parade today. tonight.
Yeah, it's tonight.
I saw
downtown.
Gold Bulldogs on the sign as you walked into McCabe's. So obviously that's going to be done by the time this comes out. But the homecoming, they've got actually a food truck alley down there. So they're going to have some food trucks and things. And through the end of the dance, too, actually. So I think Double Dips even is going to be down there with that. So they get Norfolk on Friday. I mean, just looking at some of the scores, I think an opportunity for the Bulldogs to get their first win.
I hope so. I've been to both games, and I'm really hoping we can get one. We can squeeze one out this week. That'd be awesome.
That's a young team. There's
It is.
a lot of new pieces to that group.
It is. They're figuring it out. They're not. It's not. I mean, it's a work in progress. It's a young squad.
See what they can do against Norfolk again on Friday. Running through some of the scores, teams that are going to play. There's a lot of games tomorrow night, so we will just mention those, but those will be done by the time this comes out. St. Pat's, they got a win over Sutherland. They'll get Kimball on Friday. We'll have that on Husker Radio's KODY and video at huskerradio.com. You can maybe watch it here at McCabe's Pub and Lounge. Hershey, C11-man school that they blew out game one. Dominated, lost 8-6 to Wood River in game two. You don't see many high school football games 8-6 anymore. So they're 1-1. They get GICC last night. Sutherland, they actually played last night against Dundee County Stratton as well. Maywood Hayes Center, or Maxwell is playing Maywood Hayes Center. They played them last night. So a lot of Thursday games, which is kind of become a norm for a lot of schools anymore. Some games tonight now. Brady, they're 1-1. A lot of 1-1 schools in our area. They get Bertrand tonight, who's 2-0. Paxton is going to host Minutair. Game of the week action in the 6-man ranks there, Corey.
Yeah, Paxton, they're hoping to break through after falling in their first two games, and hopefully they can pull through.
Yeah, 0-2, and that's tomorrow night. That is a little later start, right? Out in the Mountain Time Zone.
7:05 Central will take the air with our pregame, and then kick it off around 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central.
Very good. From Paxton, you can hear that on KX104, HuskerRadio.com. And Wallace, I think they're the only team in the area, our immediate area that's undefeated, 2-0. They host South Platte tomorrow night as well in the 6-man ranks. So best of luck to Wallace to try to get to 3-0 against my alma mater, actually. Shout out to the Blue Knights who, I mean, not that I'm rooting against you, Wallace, but, I like to give a shout out to the Blue Knights every now and then when I can. Let's get into picks now. We're into picks time. By the way, 4-0. Nash goes 4-0 last week. The only person that's gone 4-0 so far. You feeling pretty good?
I think it was a little bit of luck on that one. I don't know that I'd be taking it to Vegas on that.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just rub
a little bit of magic on top.
Right.
I went 3-1, Corey 2-2. So Corey's sitting 4-4, even 500. You haven't lost any money. You haven't won any. Except for the juice.
Thanks to Josh Allen. I mean, I was 1-3 until practically the last play of that game the other night.
I was 4-0 until Baltimore decided to just not finish a game.
Yeah.
Derek Henry on my fantasy team decides to, just give away a couple points there at the end. But 6-2 for me and you, Nash. So far through 2 weeks. I don't know what's on the line, but maybe dinner.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll get something good going.
Let's go to week 3. All right, we got Nebraska Houston Christian. They've already beaten Akron. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You were asking, are they better than Akron? I don't know that anybody knows that because they don't play each other. Completely different levels. I have no clue. I really don't know how good this team is. They don't have a running quarterback. I look at that a lot, especially with teams like this. Those are the teams that have kind of kept games close that shouldn't be in years past, I think. It doesn't look like they have that. I think there's another drop-back quarterback. Obviously, that didn't work for Akron last week. So we'll make our pick in a second, but what are your thoughts on Houston Christian?
I'm not sure. Kind of like you said, it's really hard to tell. You don't know anybody they've played, and you can't really compare it to last week because obviously they don't play anybody. But
Nebraska's unranked, 2-0. Should they be, Corey?
Not at this point. I don't think so. A lot of people would be surprised that I would say that. And it's everybody. We're just kind of feeling out here in the first few weeks. It's not until you get into conference play that you get solid comparisons, I think. So at this point, I'm okay with being unranked. And if we knock out, obviously win this week and beat Michigan the following week, then I think we should be ranked.
Tell you what, a good performance this Saturday makes that game really big next week. Michigan would be a high-profile game, no doubt. Let's make our picks. So we're starting. I did get a pick for Nebraska Houston Christian, but we're going to do, I have it at 60 on here, but it's actually, I'm going to go 55 over-under. Nebraska scores 55 points. We'll start with you, Corey, on the end. Over under 55 points just for Nebraska alone.
Well, I think it's going to be similar to last week, but I think the only difference will be we'll start playing the younger guys earlier. I don't think we can be quite as crisp offensively as we were last week, although one never knows. And I think we'll probably not quite be as focused as we were last week.
Okay.
And because of that, I'm going under.
All right, under 55, so 54-0.
Yeah, probably 49, 52, maybe 54.
Maybe give up 6 points. All right.
Miss a point after, yeah.
There you go. What do you got, Nash?
I'm going to take the over. I think.
Oh,
I think Matt.
threw us a
I think
curveball there.
Matt Rule's going to come out and make them put it to him.
Well,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
If you saw his halftime speech against Akron, they're amped up. I'm sure because that was graphic and fun. I'll just say it like that. Don't let the kids watch it, but it was. It's a football coach right there. I'm going over too. I think Nebraska puts on a show again because I think they want to be a 3-0 team that feels like a 3-0 team that's legit. I don't know if they are. This game won't determine that by any means. Again, Michigan and on will, but I think they want to appear that way at least. Let's move on. Georgia, Tennessee might be the best game of the day on Saturday. It's really not a great games. 2:30 game. Georgia, 3.5-point favorites on the road in Tennessee. The Bulldogs or Tennessee. Corey?
Well, I got to go with the home team here. The Volunteers usually play very well at home. If it was at a neutral site, I'd probably take Georgia, and definitely would if it was between the hedges down there. But being in Tennessee, I think they're going to be amped up for it. Still don't know the relative strengths of the team, so hard to know, but I'll take the Volunteers.
Very good.
I'm going to have to take Georgia.
I thought you might.
I'm going to have to take Georgia. I think they're going to come out and kind of show Tennessee how it's done.
I'm going Georgia too. I think Georgia is ultimately going to be one of the better teams by the end of the year. And, well, they already are. But I think and I just don't buy Tennessee quite to that point of winning a game like this. Even though they are at home, it's an afternoon game too. That doesn't quite have the, punch of a night game that the crowd is maybe not quite as into it, but they'll still be rocking, no doubt there. Texas A&M, Notre Dame. We all picked Notre Dame in week 1. We all lost against Miami. Notre Dame at home against A&M, who is undefeated. 6.5-point favorites, so for Notre Dame. So, Corey, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the Irish. I think they'll bounce back very well.
Yeah, they did lose to Miami in week 1. Nash?
Irish.
It's a not Notre Dame sweep. I thought it might be. When I picked that one, I thought this is too easy, but we got to get Notre Dame on our side here. To see if we all got swept by them last week. Final game might be what is the best game in the NFL. There's no doubt. Philadelphia, Kansas City rematch of the Super Bowl afternoon game in Arrowhead. KC just lost, of course, to the Chargers week 1 in Brazil. Philly is favored by a point. First time the Chiefs are underdogs since week 6 of 2022. Chiefs have won 12 straight at home. Do they make it 13, Corey?
I think they will. Thinking about this and what I saw, Philadelphia's defense is pretty iffy. I mean, they allowed Dallas to move the ball at will, at least in the first half. And because of that, and I think Kansas City, has shown under Andy Reid especially, they really come back with a vengeance after losses.
Probably fair.
I'm going to have to take Kansas City at home for sure. With that winning streak there, I don't know that they're going to drop one at home. I mean, they're still pretty good despite the week before, but I think it's going to be a hell of a game, but got to go with KC.
It's hard to imagine Kansas City 0-2. Mm-hmm. And yet, I'm picking Philadelphia. I think Kansas City still will be a playoff team, potentially a Super Bowl team. I just don't think they're there yet, but I think later in the year they'll get to that point. And I'm going to go with it's not even an upset. They're the favorites. Philadelphia on the road, even though it's in Kansas City, should be a great game. All right, that's our Week 3 picks here. Week 2 for the NFL. McCabe's Pub and Lounge, Corey, Nash, and me, Tanner, here with Huddle Up with McCabe's. Don't forget, open 11 a.m. on Saturday, maybe a few minutes before that for kickoff. They got high school football Friday night on. They've got Husker volleyball on Friday night tonight. They'll also have Husker volleyball on Saturday. You can spend your day at McCabe's.
Absolutely.
And I know the pool leagues are hot, so if you didn't get in this year, those get in next time, right?
Absolutely, yep.
Check their Facebook page out, always for specials. I think they had chili, and she brought it out for us. Fantastic. We're going to go dive onto that here in just a moment. McCabe's Pub and Lounge, gentlemen, enjoy the weekend, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanner.
Huddle Up with McCabe's Pub and Lounge.